Hi everybody, welcome back. This is episode 29 of my YouTube channel, which is dedicated to the construction and development of the Lake Erie and North Shore Railroad. And today we're going to complete part 2 of our series of building a road, scratch building some tunnel entrances, a tunnel entrance, installing a very cool mirror, which is going to extend the tunnel. It's really cool. You're going to really want to see this. Had a lot of fun doing this, and all the people coming in, seeing it, going, "Oh wow, look at that!" So it is put a little bit of wow factor in to your layout, and I need to thank Jerry Leone for that. He's who taught me how to do this. So thank you, Jerry. There's a sort of a thank you toss out to you. And hopefully you watch this and you can see the fruits of your labor. But I want to thank everybody for all the wonderful comments and all of the subscriptions that are happening. Very, very nice, very cool. And I just want to thank everybody, and hopefully you're enjoying it and having a good time, because that's what it's all about, having a good time and enjoying the hobby. Okay, so as we all know, now we need some railroad soul.
Across the prairies to the sea, they lay the iron for the rails and we ride. They shared their lives, their hearts, and their pride. They had railway soul.
Okay, so we're continuing on with our tunnel entrance, and what I did was I just, again, I'm going to use my trusty signs that you can buy. This, I think this cost $1.10 or something, $2, something like that. But it's a good styrene, good thickness. And then I have this stone paper. This is Noke Marplate granite. So it looks pretty stony. So I think we'll give this a go. I'll just put that out of the way for now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these holes off this styrene. Now, I don't have a styrene cutter, but for this I don't think I need it, because this is just, it doesn't have to be exact. You're not even going to see these ends. What you do is you just run a blade with considerable pressure straight down like that. And then you just take this and bend it. And you just take a knife down there, and you get a fairly straight edge out of that. It's not exact, but good enough for what we need. Now our measurement that we just took, okay, was 12 wide. We're going to do the same thing. Considerable pressure, and this knife will tend to slip off that ruler, so watch your fingers. Again, that. Sometimes it will just snap. You get lucky. You got lucky. Okay, so that's our width. Now our height we measured was 14. Cut this. Okay, so now we've got our basic piece. We're going to be working with, I save all this other stuff in a styrene pile. But there's our base that we're working with. Now I've got one of the styrofoam tops that I cut out, so this is kind of like a bit of a pattern, and just going to draw this on there very, very rudimentary so we get an idea. Okay, so now I gotta find something that I can use that's maybe a similar size to that. I'm thinking that might just work. So what I'm trying to do is just get a good arc on this. Shift this a little bit, try to get a good arc on the other side. Okay, now you see it's a bit uneven. That's okay, because we're just going to even this off. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a plan to follow here. So I just take my knife, and I'm going to follow this line down. I'm going to take my knife and follow this line down. Now for these, you've made that first, you just want to keep going until you go all the way through. Okay. Not quite all the way through, but enough that I can get the knife in there now. I just want to get this very end started because that's really where you get your trouble. Okay, now I'm going to take a coping saw . Take a coping saw like this with a very fine blade. And we're just going to run this down here. getting the basics of the tunnel done here. Now, we're going to try and follow this line best we can. Okay, so there we have our basic tunnel entrance, and then this is just going to be filed around here, and then I'll take it over and we'll see how it fits on the actual tunnel, and then we'll cut the bricks to go into it. Right back. Okay, so I've just kind of I took this rough cut over to the tunnel. Just tried it out. It looks pretty good. Now, one side, because the mountain or the hill comes up to here, I'm just going to cut this off about there. Okay, now we're going to take a file. The file has a round side and a flat side. And then the first thing we're going to do is just scrape the flat side across the front, just to get rid of any sort of hanging out cut stuff. Okay, then we're going to take the file. Side, just around like this, and all you're really trying to do is get rid of some of the rough stuff. And we do have a bit of an overhang here, which I will just cut with a knife. Smooth that out a bit. I'm trying not to lose that little piece, because once we put the paper on, you're not going to see that, but it'll help support it. But if it goes, it goes. It's just the way it is. I just want to get this. Okay, tunnel's looking pretty good. Now we're just going to take some sandpaper. I've just got sandpaper on a sanding block there, rolled up. I'm just going to come around, take off any of the rough edges on each side. Now we're going to go all the way around. Perfect. So that has now made this a bit rough, and that's good because I'm actually going to scrub up this whole thing so that when we put the paper on, it's going to stick. So that's the whole point of all this, is to get a tunnel that looks like it's made of bricks. Clear all this off here. Okay, so that's the status of our work so far. I'm just going to take this back over to the layout and make sure that it all fits before we get the paper cut. All right, so I've just taken this over, checked it out on the layout. It fits perfect. So now we're going to cut our paper to fit this. Just draw that line there. Just get blue over here. I was thinking about cutting this with scissors, but I think I'm gonna do the knife and we'll give it a go. See how it comes out. Okay. Just get this paper out of the way. Because I have a bit extra, what I might do is just leave a bit extra at the top to flop over. So the first cut is going to be there. This doesn't have to be too exact either, but as I have been taught by the best, always practice to be as accurate as you can, so then when you need to be, you know how to do it. I think that was Mr. Burgess who taught me that. Mr. Jack Burgess, who's modeled the very, very incredible model of the Yosemite lion, Yosemite park line. Now, for this, I will use scissors. This brick paper is it's got some depth to it. So it has a good texture, and that's probably good because these bricks, when we get to the end, they have a bit of ruggedness to them, which is good. So let's have a look at this. Now remember, I left a little bit at the top so that we could flop that over. I'm just going to bring that down. Ta-da! We have a tunnel entrance. So I'm just going to, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I think I'm just going to cut it off, because I have known these things to pull up when they're narrow like that. So I think I'm just going to cut it off. There we go. We'll just glue that just like that. And then we'll take it over and we'll see how it looks. Now, which glue to use? Which glue to use? I think I'm just going to use the Elmer white glue. Just the standard PVC. But I also have this hobby glue. Maybe I'll try this. This is the hobby glue. Let's give this one a go first. Just see, put on a good little bit. Now I'm going to take a scrap piece of this brick and just spread this around. And really what we want is we want it all to be covered, especially around the edges. I know this is pretty hard to see, probably. I'm kind of struggling myself. But I think it's got a good coating all over now. Now we're just going to lay this on there. And you do have a bit of time just to move it around a bit, make sure it's right exactly where you want it. Good. Now I'm just going to put a little weight on it. Pull it down. As soon as that dries, we'll take it over to the layout and see how it looks. Okay, so there's our tunnel entrance in place. That looks pretty darn good. Now don't forget, we're gonna have a bit of a hill coming up, something like that. So some of that stone is gonna be covered. I'm gonna make that a little bit thinner, I think. This piece here. Okay, so now we have a tunnel entrance. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed. I know there's probably a million ways to do these, but that was just one idea I had. Okay, see you when we do the next endeavor. Okay, so here's another update on the start of the mountain range and also the tunnel entrance. So you can see I just put a quick coat of paint directly on the foam just because I didn't like that green color. This is all going to be covered with Sculptamold and other things to make it look more realistic. And I just want to update you on the tunnel entrance. You can see that's how that tunnel entrance is going to look, and this is going to be a continuation of mountains over here. And I'm going to fix this little crack here, but I want you to look into the tunnel. And how cool is that? Okay, it looks like that tunnel just keeps going. So I've continued with the same brickwork on the inside, and then I used a little trick that Jerry Leone taught me, and that is to use a mirror. So there's a mirror back there, and that extends that tunnel, all, you know, double the length. So it's pretty cool. And I just took a little, 99-cent mirror from the dollar shop and took the mirror out of it and used it. Now, I can get way, that's amazing how far that goes. Excellent. So I just thought I'd update you on that. So you just take a mirror, put it into the back, and then move it around so that you get the angle that you want. What's happening now is the light from my camera is hitting the mirror, so that's why you're getting that brilliant light shining back at you. But you can see, pretty cool. All right, so we'll keep going on this and update you when we have more stuff. All right, so we're continuing on with the road work. As you can see, I have got this sort of off-road ramp going over the tracks. I have to sand that down and get it all painted up. But that's going into the ethanol plant, into the parking lot there. And then we're continuing on the road that goes nowhere, goes there, but I'm decided to put in a bit of a hill here. Okay, and this is going to be built up more. Come down here, and then I thought I'd put a little stream in here, and that stream will go down under the road. Okay, come out over here, and then this stream is going to disappear down in here, and then come up again down there. Okay, so I thought I'd just outline this is the green foam phase. So I'm just gonna continue on. Now what I've also thought about is when I put the water sort of epoxy stuff here, this is gonna have to come off. So this section, let me just back up here. So this section just comes right out, so that when I put the epoxy there, then I can put the epoxy there so that it's, you know, do a little bit at a time, I hope. Okay, so it just doesn't all run down. So this part just comes out. And then I put a bit of a retaining wall there. So we're gonna, you know, have the hill come up sort of a little bit higher than this, I think. And then it's going to start over here somewhere. Probably right after that door, we'll have a hill come up. Okay, so this is just continuing on with the putting in the scenery. So this will be like a hill with a waterfall and a retaining wall. All right, so I'll just continue on, and once I got some more stuff done, I'll update you. Just gonna give you a little bit of an update on how the road's going. Now, I'm just gonna start here. You can see we've got the soft shoulder of the road in now, all the way along. I've left some of the areas here with a little bit of a rough area because as I've been driving along the old country roads, I've kind of taken note, and sometimes there is a bit of areas of little tiny pothole type things on the side of the road. I'll just keep going here. You can see that does look a lot like a tarmac road. We'll just keep going up. Remember, this is an old road leading into a factory. And then here's the bridge. And I'll give you, I'm just showing you how it looks right now, but I'll give you the sort of bird's eye view in a minute. Now this is the road going in to the ethanol plant, and this crossing, okay, is just made out of that sort of wood that you can buy that you use for roofing, but I just thought I'd put it on there because it does look like it's made of planks, wooden planks there, and just put a little bit of weathering on there to make it look like it had tire marks. Okay, and then you can see cars roll over that very nicely. No problems there. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Now we have the, we got to continue with the landscaping around that. And I'm just gonna sort of zoom out a little bit, just to give you a bird's eye view. There's the bridge going across the ravine. And there's the road with the soft shoulder. Going all the way down. A couple skid marks there. And then we get to the bricks here that I have to now put in some Sculptamold on those. And then this part hasn't been finished yet, but that's going up to the tunnel. All right, so that's kind of where we're at with the road. And I think what I'll do is start a new video when we start to do the landscaping here and then up into the tunnel. So what I might do is just say that's going to conclude our road building video series for now. But I'm pretty pleased with that road and the bridge and the road to nowhere, which came out very well. Okay, so this here just took a little bit of time. All I did was just carve out some of this stuff here, sanded down so it was a bit thinner, and then had it meet up with a piece of this wood, which I carved to fit. Now, if I go real close, you might be able to see where that wood sort of fit. See that? That's a little bit of where the wood was there. But I kind of liked it, so I left it in because it's a bump going into the factory. You know, you've got a lot of trucks and stuff going in there, and that road is not going to be even. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the road building series, and now we'll move on and work on some other stuff. So make sure you like the video if you like it, and subscribe to this channel if you like it. More importantly, tell your friends, okay? Because the more subscribers we can get on this channel, then the more people we have to that are going to be able to learn and interact. Okay, so talk to you soon.